Cheatham, also from Nevada, Chris Migliotherland. And our third man to the ring, the referee in charge, Vettori, and from Oklahoma, David. The action, Alan Huggins. Boxing scheduled for the WBA featherweight title. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of Eliminator. Introducing you first on my right, silver trunks with blue trim, fighting out of Los Angeles, fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing California. He weighed in at already 100 wins and 4 losses. He has 15 wins, coming by 125 pounds, with a record of 27 way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the iron choosing Joet, Gonzalez contender, and the former world title challenger, Gonzalez. The blue corner, wearing black trunks with multicolor leather, and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the ring, hailing from and proudly representing his home of featherweight limit of 126 pounds, his record 20, Weslaco, Texas. He weighed in at 35 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, with 19 ranked featherweight contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former 2 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a current World Division champion of the world, known as the Heart Figueroa. Breaker, Brandon. Once again, a referee in charge, Alan Huggins, now to the weight title eliminator.
Okay, gentlemen, you both been
to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for this.
Giving you instructions, so be my command at all times. Protect yourselves at all. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you. Sometimes anything from here on up is good. From here on up is good.
Different face in the corner of Brandon Figueroa. Training Brandon, who is trained for his first 28. A new voice, Manny Robles. First time fights by his father, Omar Figueroa. Voice, but in this case, it's your dad's.
You know what? It's hard.
Abner, what's that like when you change? Not only the
dad started training me when I was an amateur, but my dad, for me to grow as a fighter and learn new things, and that's what nice. My dad realized that it was time for me to move on. Time started doing the switch. Figueroa, he lasted pretty. Manuel Robles, who is one of the best coaches out there right now. His whole career with his dad, and now he's making the switch with him.
And Figueroa told us he expects to be not just reborn. I want to give you guys the version of Brandon that you all wanted, that to Robles, but a return to the Figueroa that we all know. In fact, he told means more aggressiveness, that means more combinations, that means constant. Last time out in his rematch with Stephen Fulton Jr.
And he was clearly saying no
pressure, unlike the somewhat limited version we saw.
No excuses, but I was sick in the camp and the build-up. That didn't. Let's move forward and bring back the old Brandon. Allow me to make weight the proper way. He says, it is what it is, but in tonight against Joet Gonzalez, who does continue, and that's a dynamic that hasn't born to have his father, Don Chuy Jose Gonzalez, in his corner. Fruits when it's been 3 world title opportunities.
Yeah, I learned so much from Bernardo.
Yes.
Gonzalez, he's had those 3 opportunities against 3 big names, but he is a fighter that has been growing fight after fight, and I like the come forward pressure fighter, high guard, Chris. He fights something similar to Figueroa. He throws a lot, so I'm expecting a really, really good fight tonight.
Against current or former world champions, and sometimes that sets some all 4 of Gonzalez's career defeats have come one back. He's used those defeats instead as lessons. He's become more belt in this matchup, which I don't think the referee's gonna have to separate. Battle tested, more experienced, and he's expected to be a very tough out that much. I think we're gonna see them both let those hands go.
I hope so.
The most untouchable fighters in the world at the time, especially you guys talk about a tough road to a belt. Shakur Stevenson won a featherweight in 2019. Then Emmanuel Navarrete, a buzz, split decision, loss in a 10-round fight. And Luis Alberto saw offensively. And then Isaac Dogbe and a very Benal Lopez, a hard-hitting Mexican, awkward champion. Good guy, a rugged fighter who, you know, he was able his last loss, and now he comes off a win against Arnold. So Figueroa is at this level.
I like how he's pressuring right now.
An elite level fighter, Gonzalez wants to prove he belongs.
Now Gonzalez at moments, but you know Figueroa, he comes full hook right there from Gonzalez. Forward, he lands those shots, he throws a lot of shots, but that was a beautiful.
This is the Figueroa.
That's a great left hook and right uppercut from Gonzalez.
To the ropes there, but this is the Figueroa hold, squaring up. Spinning, they're switching stances on the fly and letting those hands go. Only he's got a tough opposition in front of him.
They throw about 57 punches. Gonzalez threw 56. Let's listen. Well done, son.
Brandon, stop over.
Okay. And in to Manny Robles.
Muy bien, mijo. Mira, cuerpo y
body,
cuerpo y me lo levantas.
and I
Y
need you to
buscas-
pick him up with that
y buscas
uppercut.
el paso y cuerpo y upper.
And
¿sale?
uppercut.
Cuerpo y upper.
Body shot and
¿sale?
uppercut.
Suelta.
And then I need you to step to the side and turn him.
Cuerpo y lo levantas
And
detrás
spin.
del jab.
Everything
Primero
has to be
iniciamos
behind the
con el
jab. We
la
start with the
pintas, el
jab.
levantas, paso y vuelta.
Body shot,
Esa-
pick him
todo
up
lo
with
que
the
hagas
uppercut,
tiene que
and then
moviendo
feint with the
lado a
jab,
lado
and then
para
moving your
poder
waist.
llegar adentro.
Because that's the...
Recárgate, pero
And
no lo
don't
agarres,
hold him.
recárgate con él
Lean
y le
on him,
quita la
but
ofensiva.
that's the only way you're going to
Ya
get
cuando llegue
inside.
adentro, póngase a
Once
trabajar.
you're inside, you go to work.
En vez de agarrarlo,
That way, you
¿sí
don't
me
take
entiendes?
away
Busca
his
botarlo,
offense.
busca empujarlo y dar paso y
Push.
amarrar.
I don't want you to hold him.
Y no te llamen la atención.
I don't want him to be warning
Sé que
you.
no
Push him,
está.
create that
Así de
space, and then
fácil.
go for it. Take your spin.
Para que no lo tengas que
For
papá.
holding.
Hey.
Andy Robles speaks with so much authority is early on in the end. Look, the reason that many amateurs, he trained Joet Gonzalez, the World Series of Boxing was, so he knows him extremely well. That team, he was a part of Manny Robles'
Robles has been around for many years, especially the amateur. Obviously, you know, he's got the great game plan tonight against Gonzalez, and he knows most of these fighters. And yeah, but again, Gonzalez, who fights somewhat similar to. I like how at the end of the last round he turned Figueroa to the rope. Figueroa, a lot of punches. Look at that, a flurry of body shots, and you want to keep doing that if you're Gonzalez.
And speaking of to be competitive in these title fights, he has 2 amateur wins over Gervonta Gonzalez in his amateur pedigree that has really given him that foundation to take Davis in 3 fights against him, which certainly says something.
Now, the translation into the pro game, we've just seen a lot of
A lot, yes.
too shiny. Even that body shot combination, there wasn't a lot behind it and sitting on his punches.
But I like it. I like the work right now because
Abner, and that's where Gonzalez really needs to get better.
remember, any shot to the body, even if it's really the minimum, what I don't like about Figueroa, and it's something that is being, it still hurts and it still bothers. So I like what he's doing right there, going for many years, is that he smothers his own offense.
Yes.
He gets a little step back, create that opening, that gap, and there it is. It's in too close, and his offense is not all that fast. He's got it right there and let those uppercuts go.
And by doing that, he's shares in the divisions he's competed.
Yeah, he's not
Also typically giving away that height advantage that he normally
a boxer. He does not use that that reach advantage much to land crispier and cleaner. But yes, he needs to fight at a distance where his punches are.
You want to make sure that your punches are effective and the work. But there you see how Gonzalez Figueroa is sitting more on his punches and allowing Gonzalez to do points and lands a sharp right hook.
uppercuts on the inside there from Gonzalez. He's matching
That was a low blow.
the aggression and the output of Figueroa.
He's not throwing much punches, but he's waiting for an opening. Now he like that tight guard right now from Gonzalez. He's waiting, as you see, did a while ago with that overhand right. There it is again.
He's not open for the uppercut that Manny Robles is demanding, and he's protecting because he's leaning in from Figueroa. And that's a nice uppercut from Gonzalez. Second round, great adjustments.
You know, back to those
Good work from Joet here in the second.
losses on the title level for Joet. He told us a philosophical answer. He said, for him, I want this. My ambition for the sport is still, you got to take it on the chin and decide if you want this game or not. Those defeats.
The fighter gave it his all, and he hurt Navarrete a couple of times. Against Navarrete, the best fight that I've watched because he.
It also helps that, hey, you're not just punching your opponent. Excellent second round for Joet Gonzalez. You're in charge of replays, but I'm going to take this one if you don't mind.
Oh, wow. And again, the new guy bringing something new to the table. I mean, I like how he kind of, you know, those are, yeah, this is that punch, but it was the uppercut. It was too short. It hit him right himself in the head. I'm sorry, the forehead of Joet Gonzalez. It hit.
Brandon Figueroa go to the body more.
Okay? Bien, vamos. Tercer round. Get back to... Hacia adentro, siempre hacia adentro. Okay?
That was a definition. I beat my own self.
After that sequence against Gonzalez. Well, he did have a bloody nose, did Figueroa.
The question is, who inflicted the damage? Eliminator at 126 pounds. Joey wants a fourth crack. All right, round 3 of a scheduled 12-round fight, a world title at a belt. And Brandon Figueroa wants another crack in Fulton when he fought for the full belt. Like himself after losing the title against Steven.
Right now meeting the aggression of Figueroa, but Figueroa's got to find pressure. There it is, jab. Work your way in that, jab. No jab behind that, you know, aggressive side. The uppercuts have always been money for him.
where he lost is there's a certain freedom to him. And you know what I'm seeing from Joet? I got to call all those fights that we mentioned. He's not worried, he's not thinking, he's not listening to his dad. It's different.
He made it simple in the fighter meetings when we talked to him. He said this fight's about whoever.
Yeah, you don't even hear his father yelling right now.
Well,
that's a huge...
wants it more, and right now, to be honest, he's outworking Figueroa.
Especially when you meet a style similar to yours.
Through 2+ rounds.
So that's what it comes down to. Who wants it more? Who's going to give it more? Gonzalez. Beautiful overhand right against from...
Both guys comfortable in this phone booth fight.
Comfortable. And we talked about this is a return to the old Figueroa.
That's the reality.
But it kind of feels like Gonzalez is a little bit more... Only he's smothering his punches, like you said, Abner. And
right, uppercut from Joet.
There's nothing behind those punches. We talked about it.
It doesn't seem to be like he's getting the better of the connections on the inside.
Last fight as well, Brian. That he went through a lot, but
he gives himself the space to separate and lean into those shots.
Nothing behind the punches from Figueroa.
Like his knockout of Castro in his featherweight debut.
There's no turning the punch. All arm punches.
He's a different fighter.
They're all arm punches. Look at that. Punches from Figueroa.
And Joet says, their chin, because guess what? I know where you are. Just like that. I know I'm going to turn this left hook over perfectly and land it right on where your head is. Right uppercut there from Joet.
You do have to wonder how long it does take a fighter to get game leading up to this fight about how comfortable they were, but comfortable with the new trainer. Figueroa talked a lot of... You'll see that as the adjustments continue to get made.
But so far, no adjustment. If you're not getting used to the style or whatever he's been sparring, I don't see anything different from Figueroa. So even if you learn that, you know, during the training camp, you go back to your old self, like his home self. But right now, I'm not seeing anything like that. No, and Figueroa was dangerous, you know, fighting his own self. It's a good body shot, though.
One, I'll give you 5. So what does Joet say? You won't... Action-packed 3 rounds here. Let's listen in. Over 430 punches thrown between these two. There's a cut.
Oh, baby, started moving. Started moving.
On Joet, Gonzalez is right.
That was another good round. Was landing really nice, short. Now for Joet Gonzalez, we're gonna see the uppercut that, and then, well, he faked that uppercut and it came, he was gonna throw that uppercut and he changed it midair. I like that from Joet. Back around with the hook, right hook. He leaned down like...
Experience with cuts. We're talking the Prado fight, the Clark fight, they're talking about the Navarrete fight, the Mariaga fight, Kopylov fight, so...
Gonzalez, his output or his intentions.
There's no stranger to bleeding.
Yeah, he's not going to panic.
Not at all.
Won't change his...
4 rounds, though. 47 total punches landed. Pretty similar number of punches thrown. For Figueroa, almost double that for Gonzalez.
If anything, it's going to encourage Joet Gonzalez to throw more, right? Tito Trinidad, he needed to get knocked down for him to start a fight because of the blood. There's fighters that need that. Remember, Tim?
How many of his early fights had those early flash knockdowns?
You said in the way, and it brings me to tonight's fight. Tim Zurian told Jim Gray when he was doing the interview, says, Tito Trinidad, you know, Yori Boy Campas dropped him early. He should have killed me when he had a chance. And that was almost got decapitated. Fernando Vargas, same Rera, another fighter who never got going until he got clocked. We saw what happened there. I mean, it was just one of those things. For the Kennedy McKinney fight, so many, the Barrera Morales trilogy. Oh yeah, what about that, huh? No, there he never got going. Memorable fights. I love that.
Not to mention, too, with Manny
he got blasted out in Alamodome.
In 2003. Figueroa switches stances a lot, and he's dynamic in doing that. But the breakthrough performance from early Manny. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Abner. There's a difference between switching stances to keep your opponent guessing. Like we're seeing more of that from Figueroa in this fight.
Yeah, we are.
And squaring up and being there to be hit in front of him. And I feel
he's known for being a switch hitter. Switches, got something going. But right now he's trying to find something. Southpaw right-handed. But he normally does that when he feels that he's trying to make something out of those stances. Right now the aggression is really effective.
Nice body work there from Figueroa, digging into the body.
A phenomenal body puncher. You remember that one-punch stoppage of
Gonzalez.
Figueroa has a track record. Snary downstairs, but he does a better job when he can take that
2-3 jabs.
Step back and create more leverage to land those shots. That just snapped the head of Figueroa back.
And you would think, right, that after so many years you would learn.
When in doubt, use the jab.
Yeah, for Figueroa, seriously, that would be more effective. The fact that he smothers his own arm, that has been his downfall, really. Does not create those angles, does not create the gap shots. There's a beautiful uppercut.
I'm just wondering
the distance to land those
beautiful for Figueroa and his new trainer, Manny Robles. At what point do you switch gears? When do you make that adjustment? You're down 3-0 on my scorecard here as the round 4 comes to a close.
It's cold. The disrespect. Figueroa and Joet Gonzalez, they have combined. But here we have respect in the ring for Brandon. Almost 600 punches thrown through the first, getting heated because neither one's able to create 4 rounds, and the action just keeps the right range. Joet's getting closer to finding the right range.
Oh, excuse me, Abner, as their head clashing is only continuing here in the
Brandon Figueroa is.
One thing in the trenches here in the clinch, and I've even seen some shoulder.
Oh, wow. Joet already cut.
Shoulders from Figueroa catching the face of Gonzalez.
Yeah. Figueroa might get cut, sooner or later. They just got to be careful. Reach right there, the stick from Gonzalez. Again, he's the one that's making with that. There it is, the 1-2 from a distance from Gonzalez, keeping the adjustments in this round.
And the thing about here, when he can be on the outside and use that advantage, is calling so many of Joet's fights is, why does he like to be, although tonight against Figueroa, he's got a 2.5 inch, when he jabs, he out-jabs him.
He out-jabs him because there's no jab.
Reach disadvantage, which is different for him.
But yet, not giving from Figueroa. He's not jabbing with you. So it's your in his distance, speaking of Figueroa.
Nice body work.
Distance against his because he's not giving you the jab to create.
Our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, has this fight. We see Brandon Figueroa trying to mount a comeback in the 5th round. 4-0 in favor of Gonzalez, but here
some great body shots from Figueroa.
Nice body shot with a right hook from Joet Gonzalez.
Good right hand. Very comfortable at this pace, at this style of fight. Shovel uppercut from Gonzalez on the inside. He looks, even with that cut above his right eye.
It comes with the bell ring. It's like Daniel Zaragoza. I told you the blood was, it's not even a factor with him. Like, he would get cut walking into the ring. The blood is flowing on the outside of the eye, but he knew how to handle that.
Yeah.
And that's helpful. But nice body work again from Joet on the. You'll see Figueroa taking advantage by trying to throw that left inside.
Really, even around this, it has been landing, but the headshots, the more eye-catching shots. I like the body shots that Figueroa landed so far have been from Gonzalez.
Ooh, but look at that flurry. You can't let somebody shoot.
There's the body
Good
work.
body shot again from Figueroa. Who shine you in the center of the ring when it's a close round?
Oh, he just stole that round with that.
Yes.
Hey, Mijo,
Steal
10
the
segundos.
rounds in the last 10
Okay?
seconds.
Don't let him steal the round. Este cabrón está buscando cerrar
this guy
el round.
is
Pero
looking
put
to-
rounds from you because he hears that 10-second down and he gives. Hey, you got that? Fight fire with fire, Baba. You little flurry, right? You gotta fight fire with fire, right? Right?
Yeah.
So stay locked in, burn, right? And go hard to the body. Yeah. Finish. Stay like that. You're doing good. Keep pushing them back. Look to step and turn, right? Go hard to the body and finish to the head. No dejes de moverme la cintura. No dejes de moverme la cintura. Okay? No, dura dentro después de la combinación. Muévemela, muévemela. ¿Sale?
Stay
Okay? Work
alert.
your way in behind that jab, all right? And keep moving. Okay? Vivito.
I need you.
Keep digging to the body, and to not ending the shots to the head. There it is. He started right away with the body to the head. That is something that he's not doing. He's doing the body work, but he eats the shots. The body work from Figueroa.
Abner Mares. We've got Brian Canardo Osuna alongside the 3-division world champion and the Hall of Famer Jim Gray ringside. And
Oh, yeah. Figueroa getting off a little bit more, letting the
Things are starting to heat up in this phone booth.
smother most of them, but these are the blur.
Seems like better body language for Figueroa.
He's right here from Gonzalez. Tight guard.
So far this round, and that is something he talked about. He said, I have to go in there with the mentality.
But so far, Joet's proven that he does belong in there.
That Gonzalez does not belong in there with me.
With him.
And he just proved it again with that counter right hand on the inside.
When he faced Navarrete, when he faced Shakur Stevenson, come on. You think that Joet Gonzalez is going to get intimidated by Figueroa when he...
That's what I say, right? Like, name another punching machine, Navarrete,
right? Fighter, Navarrete, yes.
Fighter who faced the slickest boxer and the, like nothing conventional about either of those guys. El Venado Lopez, like they all had their group or dog bait or cue that you have to figure out in the ring.
Gotta push with the shoulder, create that gap. There he or use your shoulder. You got it, did it there, Gonzalez. Chavez was really good and land. Beautiful shots right there from Gonzalez. The fact that he'll get in the inside, he'll push you with the shoulder, create that gap.
I mean, he's got Brandon Figueroa gripping, and that's the beauty of what Joet's able to do in this round. Talking about the headshots, and then the body shots like those come in. Run is the punch variety.
He's also answering any type of, especially with that counter right hand, which has to jump out to the judges to show the success that Figueroa is having outside of the norm. Usually, that he is in control in the center of this ring.
Remember the last time Figueroa fought someone like Gonzalez. Here's a good point. What do you guys think of this? I don't remember. He used to fighting guys that are on the back foot. He's got to chase.
He's like looking in the mirror right now, literally as a south.
Some easy aggressive, but he met someone that fights like him.
And an orthodox fighter in front of him. Or 5 to his 4. So he's not used to somebody throwing 3 punches to his 2. Credit to Joet Gonzalez. Joet say you want one.
Just work harder and wear him down and get him out of there.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It seemed like the instructions from Manny Robles between rounds was to just...
Nice body shot. Joet Gonzalez. Out there from Figueroa, though. Now he's trying to steal this round.
You know who's working to the body and then into the head? Now Figueroa is Joet Gonzalez. Good body shot with the overhand right. That's been money maker for him. This out there, shoe shine, boom, and then he ends that entire fight. There it is, the body work again. Wearing the shot. He's expecting a body shot, and it comes off down Figueroa. And when he least expects, on top of the head.
Right here for tonight's main event. And starting to string Manny Pacquiao. Joe Goosen, seen through the 6 rounds. What adjustments does Brandon Figueroa need to make? You've been watching from the perch up there. What have you seen here?
Well, Brandon Figueroa is unlikely to make a guy that kind of fights just like he does. He's very make a lot of changes. I mean, right now he's just getting out hustled. Busy is on the inside, except has his distance down. Gonzalez is like laying. I think he's got his distance better than Figueroa. Like those type of shots right there to the body and then up to the head, he get out hustled by the Figueroa brothers. But he's really out punching Brandon, which is unusual. Most guys at this point, it's not much to do because Figueroa likes to. He's getting beat at his own game basically. And Gonzalez is smothering him, which is what could he do? He's got to be able to hurt Gonzalez and do something that hurts Gonzalez. But he's not getting out punch him, which means he's got to pick up the volume right now. Capable of doing that at this point.
Appreciate the legend. And yeah, I mean, the adjustments, we all see what needs to be done. But it's Joe Goosen chiming in here in the 7th round. Either fighter, especially Figueroa, to do it against such a fighter in Joet Gonzalez.
How about a jab from either fighter?
Consistently persistent fighter.
We have uppercuts, short punches in the inside, but not seeing a single jab from them. They're all been body shots, all lead hand.
To that point, total punches, total jigs for Gonzalez. Great observation, Amber. They've been thrown. Jabs landed 1 of 71 for Figueroa, 5 of 60. So they just don't connect.
Jab, there it is. Set up everything with your lead hand. But if there's ever an adjustment that Figueroa can make, is that wait for Gonzalez to open up because he's nuts.
I mean, we're already over 1,000 punches.
He's gonna try to throw like you do, and boom, you throw your inside shot.
Through 7 rounds of action.
As you can see by those changes. think that's showing up definitely on Larry Hazard's CompuBox stats. It's Gonzalez who is getting the better of the scorecard. You wonder about the scorecards of the 3 judges on ringside.
Now only and the first round. Nice body work for Figueroa early, but then round 6 for Figueroa, which I also gave him. You see the recovery of Joet Gonzalez, the ebbs and flow moments, but there's consistency from Gonzalez's side. Of each round, favor Gonzalez. Figueroa has a lot of consistency.
And it's better work. It's clean, spamming offense of Figueroa. Right-handed counter shot, sometimes taking a half step backward to the...
It's got to be mentally frustrating as well for Figueroa. You met your, if not more than you. So for Figueroa, it's like, man, we're matched tonight. You got someone that is hitting as much as do I do.
Great work has not been a factor at all. From the cut man of Joet Gonzalez, Estrada tonight.